Hey everyone, I'm Cole with Setterfield TV, and today we're going to be doing something a little different than the normal video that you might see on here. This one's going to be a little more instructional. So before you see something you may or not have seen before in Space Engineers, and that is a gravity gun. We'll call it ammunition. Some people might put at the end there a explosive or what have you, but this is just the most basic version of that I could make. So this is the cheapest, part efficient ammunition that you can have for a gravity gun, supposedly. We'll get to that in a second. So of course you have your merge block, your mass block, a battery to power said merge block and mass block, and then some armor blocks or what have you to pad that out to give it a little more oomph. Now, this is very common. You'll see this a lot, and mainly the reason I said you had the battery for both of these blocks, but really you have the battery for that mass block, and that mass block is what allows the gravity gun, or rail gun as I will sometimes call it, to basically accelerate this shot up to the max speed of the game. And that's great and all, but it's kind of expensive, at the end of the day. And, well, the results are, not bad. This is my Achievement Hunter themed ship that you can find on the Steam Workshop page. Plug. But moving on from that, it is a railgun ship. So, I'm just going to turn on my ammunition here. Arming my dual shot. Now this setup is a little more roleplay than actual efficiency, which we'll get to another ship in a little bit that's a little more efficient. But basically, we weld up our shot, and then let's see, we're going to aim downrange here, and fire! There she goes. Uh-oh. There we go. So, yeah, a little bit of damage. Like I said, this is a super cheap shot. It doesn't have a warhead or anything like that, which I'm not going to get into the whole getting a warhead ready for this, because this isn't what that video is about. But as you can see, quick and dirty, that's about as much damage as you can do. Now, this ship is not heavily armored. This is all light armor block. But that being said, still not great. So you're probably saying, well, Cole, if I can't make something really cheap, what can I do? Well, like I said, alternatively, you can put a warhead on this and everything like that. Or you can make something like this. So this is essentially the same thing, but you'll notice that it's using Spaceballs. You'll also note that there is no battery. So essentially, this doesn't need to be powered. And all you need are these blocks. Now I have the heavy door here at the end just for impact reasons. And of course, you have to have a merge block in order to attach it to your gravity gun, which may go over how to build the actual gun in a later video. This is more for just discussing this ammunition type. But yeah, it's a real simple design. It's just 3 Spaceballs, and that's it, really. It's these blocks, if I can get in there, if you'll look, you can control the mass. So I'll let you do the math real quick. 3 times 20, so there you go. That's how much tonnage you're getting downrange. Now, I'm sure, giving time, you guys can come up with some really cool designs on your own. Once again, this is just quick and dirty. What can I do in a survival server really fast to get something going like this? Okay, so this is not a role-playing ship. This is more of a ship dedicated to something I would use in a server. Once again, light armor blocks like on the other one, but that's because she's made for atmosphere. But as you can see, I have my gravity guns and my welder and everything like that. So as you can see, she's all armed up, and actually, whoops, I left her I left her on. Safety was not on. Whoops. Anyway, and also as you can see, I would recommend, if you're going to build a ship like this, just really quick, also have some backup weapons. Don't just fully rely on the rail gun or gravity gun, whatever you want to call it. Just as a quick suggestion, because one really good shot can take your main weapon offline, and you always want to have a backup. But anyway, let's get in here. So let's take out our target. Ooh, is it under? I don't think so. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit. Look at that, dead center. All right. Evil giggle. All right, let's check this out. So as you can see, those 3 little space blocks have done a massive amount of damage. I mean, it nearly cleaved it in half. So the humble spaceball is the most deadly thing in Space Engineers, other than trying to walk through a door while lagging. That being said, I will say there are some drawbacks to this. Number 1, I would, recommend doing some target practice before trying to use a railgun in any capacity. I'm shooting at stationary targets that are turned into, stations, so they're not moving in any way. I would recommend, getting some practice in downrange and stuff like that. The other drawback with this is, depending on your server, it may get claimed by pickup. So what I mean by that is, if you go into your settings, that's Alt F10, and you go to trash removal, you'll notice distance from player and things like that. This block is unpowered. So that means that as far as the game's concerned, you're firing garbage at them. And so depending on what the settings are, this shot may disappear before it gets there. So once again, whatever server you're in, don't do heavy lag and throw a whole bunch of these all at once or anything like that. But I would build one and then just kind of start going away from it and see if it disappears after a certain distance. And if you have someone like a moderator that you can ask or something like that, that would probably help out too. So yeah, I mean, if you've never seen anything like this, I think that it's super efficient. I mean, if you're going to build a mass block, I mean, look at the stats there. That's what a large grid mass block looks like. If you'd also need that battery, which that's a whole bunch of power cells depending on your supply situation. That may or may not be an issue. But 3 spaceballs, that's it. 3 gravity components is the most expensive thing in there. I mean, and that's nothing, Without further ado, I've been Cole. This has been Satterfield TV. Peace and long life.